Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we break down the big business news and keep you ahead of the curve. Get ready for some shakeups at Houston American Energy Corp, because their latest report is all about changing accountants and what that might mean for their future. Before we dive in, if you like getting straight answers from these dense corporate filings, make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell. We also have a fantastic Discord community linked in the description below where we discuss these things live. So what is going on with Houston American Energy Corp, or HUSA as they are known on the stock market? Well, essentially they just filed a report with the SEC, letting everyone know about a pretty significant change in who is handling their audits and why exactly this is happening. Now this report, a Form 8K, is usually for big unexpected news, and in this case the big news is a change in their accountants. Back in July of 2025, Houston American Energy, which we will call HUSA for short, completed something called a share exchange. Think of it like this: HUSA bought out another company called AGIG, or Abundia Global Impact Group. Now the important part here is that for accounting folks this is treated like a reverse acquisition. That means the accounting history of AGIG, the company that was bought out, essentially becomes the history of HUSA. Before this deal, AGIG's books were audited by Baker Tilly US LLP. Markham LLP was HUSA's auditor. Now HUSA tells us that on the 2nd of October of 2025, their audit committee, a group responsible for overseeing financial reporting, decided to let go of both Baker Tilly and Markham. Why would they let go of both auditors? Well, the report states that AGIG's financials were audited by Baker Tilly and HUSA's financials were audited by Markham. But because of that reverse acquisition accounting, AGIG's audit history is now the main story. The good news is that both Baker Tilly and Markham apparently did not have major disagreements with the companies. The reports for the years that ended the 31st of December of 2024 and 2023 were not qualified or had any major issues. However, there were some material weaknesses. Think of these as significant flaws in their internal financial controls. These were previously reported. This means that even though the auditors are leaving, there aren't any immediate alarms about past audits, but those internal control issues are something to keep an eye on. So who is the new auditor? The company has appointed CB CPAs. Interestingly enough, CB CPAs acquired the accounting business of Markham effective the 1st of November of 2024. So this might be more of an internal reshuffling than a completely new firm coming in. The report also states that HUSA has not consulted with CB CPAs on any significant accounting or auditing matters prior to this appointment. This can sometimes be a good sign, meaning the new auditors are coming in with a fresh perspective without prior entanglements. Now let us think about what this really means. Changing auditors, especially when it involves two firms, like this can sometimes signal bigger underlying issues or a desire for a fresh start. Since the company's financials are now being viewed through the lens of AGIG's historical data, and Baker Tilly was AGIG's auditor, it makes sense that they would bring in a new firm to take over from there. From what we can see here, the change in auditors seems to be a consequence of that reverse acquisition. The company itself is stating there were no major disagreements with the outgoing auditors, only that material weaknesses in financial reporting were previously disclosed. Edward Gillespie, the Chief Executive Officer, signed off on this report as of the 3rd of October 2025, effectively one day after the auditor change was approved. Looking at this filing, it's clear that HUSA is navigating the aftermath of a significant business combination and a necessary alignment of its financial reporting structure. The appointment of CBI CZPAs is a step towards consolidating their auditing functions following the AGIG acquisition. While the mention of material weaknesses in internal controls is a point of concern, it does not appear to be directly tied to a dispute with the outgoing auditors. The company is essentially saying they are bringing in a new set of eyes to audit their books after the AGIG merger. The fact that CB's CPAs also absorbed part of Markham's business might streamline the transition, but it also means that the overall external audit landscape for HUSA might not be as drastically different as it initially appears. We need to watch how CB CPAs handles the audit going forward, and more importantly, how HUSA addresses those previously disclosed material weaknesses in its internal financial reporting. These weaknesses can make a company more susceptible to fraud or errors, and addressing them should be a top priority. So what is the verdict here? Houston American Energy Corp is undergoing a significant accounting transition after a major acquisition. The immediate reason for the auditor change seems to be the integration of AGIG's financial history. While past audits had no major disputes, there are existing internal control weaknesses that need attention. The company direction will depend on their ability to strengthen these controls and the quality of audits from their new accounting firm. Alright, that's our breakdown of Houston American Energy's latest filing. What do you think about this auditor change? Is it a sign of transparency or something else? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more corporate deep dives. And don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for live discussions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.